All right, man. Let's talk about apparently Serhii Bohachuk called out Sebastian Fundora. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. We got a couple videos to do that came up, so excuse me. Let's figure this shit out real quick. So, Serhii Bohachuk volunteers to fight Sebastian Fundora in March. He said, "Let's fight, Sir Sebastian. Let's fight in LA." So he out here begging for fights and shit. But we gotta remember too, he with Tom Loeffler. Tom Loeffler, he was the guy that was with Triple G. He ain't got no juice in these streets at all. He got no juice, so he ain't got no juice, man. That motherfucker second rate promoter. But on the cool, man. On the cool. Tom Loeffler said he reached out to PBC about doing a fight before the Errol Spence fight officially fell apart. And he fell apart, man. If fell apart, he said that he reached out to him and then they tried to fight Joey Spencer. They tried to fight Joey Spencer. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they obviously don't want to take that fight. So their motto began not making the fights fans want to see, and their motto gonna end. They say how you start is how you gonna end. How you start is how you end. And the motto won't change. You think after losing all this money, playing with niggas' money, playing with investors, wasting fans' time, and you still got fans that's defending the model. It's crazy. It's a model that was never going to be sustained. We knew that. Anybody that knew how boxing worked and who watched boxing, we knew the model wasn't going to be sustained. So, of course, they tried to get him to fight Joey Spencer, and the WBO was like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing no Joey Spencer. We ain't doing it. So now when you don't have money to slide people in their gym bags or put it in that brown paper bag money, when you don't have that money, you don't have that anymore, guess what? You can't sit there and call the shots. You can't do all these things that was frowned upon or these illegal things that they was trying to do. So it's pretty much a rizzy on them. And, Fundora trying to fight Joey Spencer on a non-televised card. And then they got Terrell Goucher on another non-televised card, right? And he's fighting the Garcia kid from Phoenix who lost to Kyron Davis. Like, just pack it up, bro. Like, I don't know why they still trying to portray like this partnership with Amazon is successful and it's not a successful, And at the end of the day, when it was time to really, make the fights people wanted to see, you got to understand they wasn't trying to make Ryan and Tank. People talking about going back to 2023, Ryan and Tank, Earl and Terrence Crawford. Those were two fights that they did not want to make. Let's keep it a bean. Those are two fights that they were not trying to make. They put so many barriers on Ryan Garcia, and they put so many barriers for years in between Spence and Crawford. And you got to understand, Spencer Crawford, that was supposed to be Thurman and Spence, and then going into the Canelo fight. That's what you got to understand. So that wasn't even supposed to happen. So their motto is just, when anybody that run over to PBC, they want protection. When you sign over there, I ain't got to take the toughest fights. They just want protection. They just want protection. And that's all that it is. So of course Bohachuk would make sense, and of course the WBO will, allow Bohachuk fight to happen. And y'all probably like, why he ain't got to get a belt up the Bud? Bud is about to probably get a WBA. Bud is going up and trying to chase Canelo Alvarez. That's what Bud is doing. So yeah, that's what Bud is doing. He told Fundora, you missed your chance, and you missed your chance, Playboy. You missed your chance. You missed your goddamn chance. You missed it. And, unfortunately, he did miss his chance. And it's sad. You rather sit out a year rather than take money from Turkey, rather than get some money from Turkey. So now you're sitting out a year. You went from possibly fighting Terrence Crawford to lying about your nose injury. All they did was just deter Terrence Crawford from getting a title shot, from getting undisputed. That's all they did. They stopped Terrence Crawford. They went out their way to stop Terrence Crawford from getting a title shot. That's what they did. All that, they knew Errol Spence was never going to be ready. They knew it. They knew Errol Spence was not going to be ready. They knew it. They knew Errol Spence was not going to be ready. But he don't want to fight Bohachuk because they don't want to put him in danger. My thing is this. Either you're going to liquidate this roster and just make the best fights they want. They're going to rent some of these guys out. Or it's going to be a grand closing. So I really don't understand, what's their long game. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like what is they trying to prove? What are they trying to prove by not making the best fights and keep making these simple rinky dink ass fights? So, of course, Fundora's not gonna fight Bohachuk. This dude is not a PBC fighter. So they're not about to hand over 2 belts to a non-PBC fighter. And if they do hand it over, he gonna have to sign a PBC. And then why would you sign a TBC? It's a seek and ship. So at the end of the day, if some of these dudes smart, they get in a position to be a mandatory for the WBC or the WBO because they ain't gonna have no other choice but to push play on those fights. PBC can't protect their fighters no more because they don't financially have any money. They don't have any money. So they can't protect their interests. So if there's any time to kind of, get in there, if there's any time to get in there, it was now. So but nonetheless, this would be a good fight. This would be a dangerous fight. But if Fundora is what he think they are, what do you think he is, you get in there and he can win this fight. But you got to understand, he shouldn't have the title. Only reason he got the title is because Tim Tszyu got cut. Tim Tszyu was on the way of knocking this motherfucker out. Am I not wrong? Tim Tszyu was on the way to knocking this dude out. He was on the way to knocking Buddy out. He really was. He really was. So let's not act like, Fundora's the man to beat, the solidified man to beat at, at 54. This motherfucker barely a champion. Shouldn't deserve to been a champion, but thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole night. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out the Boxing News playlist. Peace.